Tang Shaoyi was one of the greatest statesmen of the late Qing to the early 20th century. An additional group of people masquerading as antique dealers, coming in with porcelain and other objects. And they used that opportunity to regretfully assassinate him. We're delighted to have sold this exceptional vase, underglazed blue and copper-red Hu vase Qianlong seal marking period for 23.5 million Hong Kong dollars. It belonged originally to Tang Shaoyi. Tang Shaoyi was one of the greatest statesmen of the late Qing to the early 20th century and became the first Prime Minister of the Republic of China in 1912. He was in that particular position for only 3 months because of disagreements with the President Yuan Shikai, who wished to be all-powerful. In China, as I said, he was a diplomat, and indeed when the English invaded Tibet with the Young Husband expedition, he was sent in charge of the diplomatic delegation to India to speak to the Viceroy and to the head of the army, at the time Lord Kitchener. Tang Shaoyi was absolutely loved porcelain. He had a great porcelain collection. And porcelain also played a role in the diplomatic ways. Lord Kitchener, who was famous for his love of Chinese porcelain, part of perhaps we can say negotiations were an exchange of gifts of porcelain, and it wasn't surprising later that the English, particularly influenced by Kitchener, supported the Chinese position. So that was one of his great achievements. In his later life, he retired to Shanghai and continued to be a very influential person. When the Japanese were in China, it was said that he was talking to the Japanese who were trying to form a puppet government. He himself denied that. It's not entirely known to this date exactly what happened or who sent the people to assassinate him, which was his very unfortunate end. But what is interesting is that the way they got inside into his house was through 2 people who knew the household and an additional group of people masquerading, unfortunately for us in the antiques trade, as antique dealers, coming in with porcelain and other objects. And they used that opportunity to regretfully assassinate him. The family has since immigrated to America, and this vase today comes directly through the family to Hong Kong, and I believe it will now join a great collection in China or Greater China, and perhaps in a way it's a circle, a complete circle coming back to its home. I mean, this vase in itself, when we look at it, is absolutely unique. There isn't any other vase which has both this particular shape, size, and the decoration. The decoration itself is really inspired originally by early Ming porcelain. It's remarkable that the copper-red has fired to such an exceptional, almost perfect condition, as often it's one of the most difficult pigments to fire, and often it becomes much more blurred or discolored, whilst in this case it's really extremely vibrant.